So my name is Jody Andes. It's Jodyandes.
Hi, Jody. It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
What is it about the docent program that you decided you wanted to become a docent?
Well, when I moved to Utah I guess it's been about 9 years or 10 years ago, I guess, something like that, 9 years ago, I knew that I wasn't going to go back into teaching. So I was looking for some volunteer activities that I could get into. And I tried a couple things that just wasn't a good fit. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, asking her what she was going to do in the fall. This was like late summer. She explained that she was going to take this class so she could be a Utah Museum of Fine Arts docent. And I thought, that's what I want to do. So I took the class, really enjoyed it, enjoyed the people, and I just haven't really looked back since then. So that's why.
That's great. What has been your favorite part about being a docent?
Um, well, I have to say my favorite thing is the camaraderie of the docents. I'm on the team called the Wednesday team because we do most of our work on Wednesdays. And we've been through a lot of stuff this past couple of years. There's been a number of funerals, either docents who have passed or spouses. There have been weddings, there's been babies born, people having accidents and surgeries. And I just feel like this is a group of friends that is there for me as I am for them. And that's probably number one. Secondly, I really enjoy the opportunity to be able to learn new things, keep my brain alive, sort of. Before, I had taken some art history classes in college and used art a lot in teaching history, but I really didn't know that much about it, if you know what I mean. So almost everything that we learn is new for me, and that's a good thing. And then third, I like the idea that I can take people who maybe are uncomfortable or not used to being in an art museum and help them feel smart and comfortable, like I said, around art, and that they feel like they want to come back. So I guess those would be the main things.
That's great. Um, what are your favorite things to do with visitors in the gallery?
Um, let's see, favorite things to do? I have to think of. Well, our museum is sort of unique in that we have art from all over the world. So, Africa, Europe, I mean, everywhere. So I like to show them art from a variety of places, if possible, depending on what the tour is supposed to be about. And I also like to use hands-on things they can touch, since you obviously can't touch in an art gallery. Things that they can touch for textures and for learning. One of the things I like to do with both kids and adults is comparisons. So we have this horse that stands outside the museum. His name is Rex, and this is my horse Fred. And I just say, how is Rex different from Fred? And with something sort of visual like this, it helps them see, well, Rex has no skin, Rex is really, really big, Rex is pretty contemporary, this is just a normal horse, that sort of thing. In Africa, we have a ton of masks that are really ornate with a lot of different interesting materials, and they can compare it to my mask, which is pretty darn simple. So I like to do comparisons, hands-on things, and a variety of art from all over the world.
That's great. Um, are there things or experiences that you've had in the museum that stand out?
Yeah. So I'll mention a couple that come to mind. I like the variety of ages, and one time we had a group of kindergartners, and we were looking at this painting by an artist named Minerva Tigert that had some covered wagons in it. And I said, what do you see? And this little girl raised her hand and said, I see a hot dog. And I go, oh, well, I've never noticed that was a hot dog before. Where is this hot dog? And she was looking at the covered wagon, and it looks just like a hot dog bun. So that was cool. I like some of the special tours that we do. We do art tours for book lovers where it's challenging for me to try to figure out how to create a tour that will go with a book. We have medical students that we work with. We have people with, we call them memory tours, people with different stages of dementia. And that's fun because we can take a work of art that maybe is a woman preparing dinner and say, do you like to cook? What do you like to make? And I keep it present tense. I know that they're not cooking now. They're in a facility. A mother and a baby, a Madonna. Do you have children? What are their names? You know, and so searching back to their memories is, to me, a kind of cool way to be able to connect with the art on their level. I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it.
What advice would you give to someone who wanted to become a docent?
Oh, I have a lot of advice. I will give you some now. First, I would say that it's really important to keep learning, that not only the opportunities that we have with the trainings that we get, but as many times as you possibly can to observe other docents or staff members giving tours. Every time I observe anybody, I learn something. So keep yourself sharp that way. Secondly, it's really important to be positive. It's easy in a group to start complaining about things, but that doesn't really do anybody any good. If there's really an issue, there are people that you can go to try to fix the problem, but try to stay positive. And then thirdly, I think it's important to remember that you are part of a team. And it's actually a couple of teams that we're on. We're on our daily teams. Like I said, I was on the Wednesday team. That if I don't show up, that means for a tour, that means my team members have to work harder. And it's not really fair to take team responsible positions. Say, I'll host this at my house, or I'll be a team leader, or I'll assist you with this, or something like that. And then we're also part of the bigger museum team, so that sometimes the museum needs extra help, like with art activities for children or at the county fair or something like that. And just to step in when you can
Do you
and
go
when you
on
want.
other teams sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes that's a good example. Sometimes another team doesn't have enough people for one day and they've got this huge tour. And if a person is free and they're able to, go ahead and volunteer to help them out, that kind of thing. So yeah. Other than that, I think those are the three things. Be positive, be part of the team, and keep learning.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.